Hey guys, I wanted to share something with you. I had two prophetic dreams back to back, one yesterday morning early and one this morning early. The one yesterday morning I had was I was standing on a stage in a church, and for some reason, I've never been in this church, I don't know where I was, but I was standing on the stage and there were three other men in the church, and it looked like they were setting up for something, two of whom I know. I went to Israel with two of them last fall, and then there was another guy there that I know of. I've never met him though. They were all doing something, and the two that I'll reference are the doc and the messenger. Well, the messenger comes over to me and he has this wedding ring in his hand, and he says, "Tamara, I've got to give you this wedding ring, doctor. The doctor wanted me to give you this wedding ring." And I said, "Well, I can't take that." And he says, "No, the doctor wanted me to give you your wedding ring." And I was like, "That's not my wedding ring." And he says, "No, it's your wedding ring. He wanted me to give you your wedding ring." And I said, "Oh, okay." I guess it clicked. I'm not sure, but I ended up putting the wedding ring on my hand. I can't remember if I put it on my middle finger or my forefinger, but I remembered looking at the diamonds and how clear they were. You could almost see through them. They were so clear. But it had these triangles on it, which at the time I didn't realize what the triangles were. But I just was like, those are perfect triangles. Wow, how perfect this ring is. This is like a weird wedding ring, but it's very perfect. I've never seen a wedding ring like this. And the dream proceeded with the other guy coming up and telling me that he was having financial troubles, and then the dream ended. Well, I woke up and I thought, that's odd. I had a dream of the two people I went to Israel with. I ought to call them and ask them if they're okay, just check on them, not thinking much about it, and I never did. But yesterday afternoon, I got a phone call that the doctor in the dream, his mother had passed away in a car wreck on her way home from church. And I thought, that is really weird, because I just had a dream about him. And I knew that the dream was of some kind of symbolic something, but I didn't know for sure. And I wasn't about to, I knew the dream was important nonetheless. And then I had went home after that and researched wedding rings. Well, I just Googled images, and a ring came up similar to mine. Well, it was a signet ring. And in fact, it was a signet ring with King Solomon and King David's star on it. So I was like, oh my goodness, okay. Well, I thought that was confirmation, because prior to this, Friday night, I had gotten a word from another girl on YouTube who has words. She gets a lot of words from the Lord, and some of you probably watch her. She's very good. She had sent me an inbox message and said that the Lord had given her the word that He said my job is to prepare the bride for the bridegroom, which was odd because that is something I've been praying about since my trip to Israel. And I also was reading a book about the bride at the time that she had sent that message. So I just thought that the signet ring was confirmation. And now I know it is confirmation, and it is of importance, obviously. Also, I looked up the word signet, and it says it's a signature ring, a seal, signet, to close up, especially to seal, make an end, mark, seal up, and stop. So, I've got Haggai 2:23, and it says, "In that day, says the Lord of hosts, will I make thee, O Zerrubbabel, my servant, the son of Shealtiel, saith the Lord, and will make thee as a signet, for I have chosen thee, saith the Lord of hosts." And I've got some scriptures like that to show you. But this kind of goes hand in hand with the revelation. I know some of you have watched my video last week of the word that I got, and it's kind of all tying together. Last night I had a dream that I was with an elderly woman who I've known my whole life. And we're looking out a window, and it's dark outside. And there were these two pillars of light that just shone down. There was also one little beam of another light, and it was kind of diagonal off to the side. Well, as time went on, the lights just stayed there. I mean, they were just solid pillars of light is what it was. And this other third one just kind of goes horizontal, and then we never see it again. But we did see these two pillars of light, and they went all the way to the ground, all the way up. There were no stars in the heaven. There were no moon, nothing that I remember. But it took me to Revelations 11. And this is where Enoch and Elijah, a lot of people are expecting the prophets. And I feel like I'm being shown something different right now. You know, I don't want to have to put my foot in my mouth, so I don't want to speak too early. But I'm starting to feel like maybe the Lord is telling me that these two candlesticks are the two branches that are going to be filled with those prophets' spirits. Because I feel like more and more every day that we go by, His children are becoming either in unity or off to the side. If they're not of one unity, then they're kind of being cast over into this other group to where they're not in unity, but they're more of a judgmental group. And I know some of you know what I'm talking about. They're real quick to cast their judgments, and they're doing it out of a prideful heart, out of a physical heart. It's not a spiritual heart when they're doing this. So, you know, the best thing we can do for them is just to pray for them, that the Lord will open their eyes and throw some water on that clay heart of theirs, a little rock in there. But, you know, we should pray for them because they are children of the Lord. But He's starting to separate, and there's going to be some division. And anyways, I'm getting off onto a whole nother subject, but I am doing some studies right now in Revelations. So I just, you know, last week I told y'all that there's a Jerusalem of the earth, and there's a Jerusalem from above. And I'm kind of wondering what this is. I don't know. It's some kind of revelation for myself. And then we've got revelation in the Bible. So we might put it all together. Maybe this will help some of you in your studies, but I feel like the Lord wanted me to go ahead and share that. And maybe it'll bless somebody. Thanks for watching, guys.